Welcome back to Jules Math Tools, where math is made easy. In this session, we are multiplying our whole numbers by a three-digit multiplier. And if you're ready to challenge yourself, let's get started. So in our examples today, we are going to be working through our questions when we have a three-digit multiplier involved. Now, as always, remember that when you are multiplying, there should be a line in your working for each of the digits that you are multiplying by. So let's get started. So the first digit that we're going to begin multiplying by is our 0, which means that we're going to be multiplying our 7 times 0, which will equal to 0. And since we do not have any other numbers left to multiply by, this will be the end of our multiplication. And remember that I'm just jotting this here so that you'll know, or so that you'll be aware of how important it is to make sure that each of the numbers that you multiply has their own individual lines. No numbers should be sharing a line in your multiplication. Each number that we multiply by should have a separate line for their multiplication. So the next digit we're multiplying by is 9. And since 9 is in the tens place, I'm going to be adding in a 0 in the ones column in my solution for my multiplication by 9, and then begin multiplying by my 9 to my other numbers or to my multiplicands. So I'll be multiplying 7 times 9, which is equal to 63. And since there are no other digits, we will write the entire 63 down. So this will be my line for when I multiplied by 9. And now for our last digit, we are going to be multiplying by 1. And since 1 is in the hundreds column, I'm going to be adding in 2 zeros before I begin multiplying. 1 for my ones, 1 for my tens, and now I will be multiplying by 7 from the hundreds column. So 7 times 1 will equal to 7. And this would be our product for multiplying by our 1. So you can see that we have a line for where we multiply by 0, a line for where we multiply by 9, and then a line for when we multiply by our 1. And after we have completed multiplication by all of our digits, we are now going to sum our answers together. So we have 0 plus zeros will equal to 0, 3 plus 0 will equal to 3, and 6 plus 7 will equal to 13. So our solution for multiplying our 7 times 190 is 1330. So in our next example, we're multiplying our 58 times 346. And I will repeat the same steps like I did in the last example and display our multiplication for each line in a different color. So we'll have 6 times 8 is 48. We'll write in our 8 and the 4 will carry to our next column. Remember, the back number is always written down and the front number is carried to the next column. So we have 6 times 5 is 30, and then 30 will add 4, which will equal to 34. And since there's no other numbers to multiply by, we will write the entire 34 down. And this is our multiplication line for 6. So we're going to add in a 0 in our solution line for multiplying by 4 in our ones column, and then begin multiplying by 8 starting from the tens column. So we multiply 4 times 8, which is 32. So we'll add in a 2 and carry our 3. We're multiplying 4 times 5, which is 20, and 20 plus 3 will equal to 23. And since 5 is our last digit, we will write the entire 23 in our answer line. And this is our solution for multiplying by 4 in the tens column. And now for our last line, or our last digit rather, we're multiplying by 3, which is in the hundreds. So we're adding in a 0 for our ones, a 0 for our tens, and then we're going to begin multiplying by our 3, which is in the hundreds column. So 3 times 8 is 24. We write in our 4. We carry our 2, 5. 3 times 5 is 15, and 15 plus our 2 will equal to 17. So we write in the entire 17, since that is our last digit that we are multiplying to. And now we are going to sum our numbers together. And remember that for each of my numbers that I multiplied with, there was a separate line in my multiplication working for each number. One for the 6, one for the 4, and one for the 3, and then the last line for my product. So we have 8 plus 0 was equal to 8. 4 plus 2 is 6, and 6 plus 0 is equal to 6. 3 plus 3 is 6, and 6 plus 4 is 10. We add a 0, carry the 1 to the next column. 1 plus 2 is 3, and 3 plus 7 is 10. We write in the back 0 and carry the 1, and our 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. So our product for multiplying our 58 times 346 is equal to 20,068. So we're now multiplying our 357 times our 209. And for this example, I will just be going through the multiplication for the last two. So we have 9 times 7 is 63. We put our 3, carry the 6. 9 times 5 is 45. 45 plus 6 is equal to 51. We'll put our 1, carry our 5. 9 times 3 is 27, and 27 plus 5 is equal to 32. Writing our entire 32 down, crossing off my numbers before I begin multiplying by my next digit, and writing in my 0 in my ones column, and begin multiplying by my 0 in the tens. So 0 times 7 is 0. 0 times 5 is 0. 0 times 3 is 0. And I'm now going to begin multiplying by my 2 in the hundred. So I'll be adding in my 2 zeros, one for the ones, one for the tens, and we'll begin multiplying by 2. So 2 times 7 is 14. We write our 4 and carry the 1. 2 times 5 is equal to 10 plus 1 is 11. We write our 1, carry the 1 to the next column. 3 times 2 is 6. 6 plus 1 is equal to 7. Let's sum our numbers together. 3 plus zeros is equal to 3. 1 plus zeros is equal to 1. 2 plus 0 is equal to 2. And 2 plus 4 is equal to 6. 3 plus 0 is equal to 3. 3 plus 1 is equal to 4. And we'll bring down our 7. So when we multiply the numbers 357 times 209, our sum is 74,613. So for our last example, we're multiplying 4,136 times 872. We have 2 times 6 is 12. We put our 2, carry the 1. 3 times 2 is 6, and 6 plus 1 is 7. 2 times 1 is 2, and 2 times 4 is 8. We're going to now add in our 0 and begin multiplying by our 7 in the tens column. 7 times 6 is 42. We write our 2, carry the 4. 7 times 3 is 21. 21 plus 4 is 25. Writing in our 5 and carrying the 2 to the next column. 7 times 1 is 7, plus 2 is equal to 9. 7 times 4 is equal to 28, and since 4 is my last digit, the entire 28 will be written in. Crossing off my numbers and begin multiplying by my 8. I need to add in my 0 for the ones, my 0 for the tens, and then begin multiplying by my 8. So 8 times 6 is 48. We put our 8, carry the 4. 8 times 3. 8 times 3 is 24, plus 4 is equal to 28. We put our 8, carry the 2. 8 times 1 is equal to 8, plus 2 is equal to 10. We'll write the 0, carry the 1. 8 times 4 is equal to 32, plus 1 is equal to 33. Let's sum our numbers together. You see that for this one, there's a whole lot of summing to do. So 2 plus 0 is equal to 2. 7 plus 2 is 9. 9 plus 0 is equal to 9. 2 plus 5 is equal to 7. 7 plus 5 is equal to 15. We'll put our 5 and carry our 1. 1 plus 8 is 9. 9 plus 9 is equal to 18. And 18 plus 8 is equal to 26. We put our 6, carry our 1. 1 plus 8 is 9. 9 plus 0 is 9. 2 plus 3 is 5. And then we bring down our last 3. I'm going to input my commas just so it'll help me read my number a little bit more easily. So when we calculate the product of our number 4,136 times 872, our product is equal to 3,596,592. Okay, so there you have it. We just went through various steps on how to calculate the product of our whole numbers. For me, of a single digit, 2-digit, and now 3-digit. I will be loading one more video on how to calculate the product of our numbers when whole numbers are involved, and this is to show you why the zeros are inputted when we do our multiplication. But as always, get some additional practice in, and I'll see you right here in the next video on Jules Math Tools, where we aim to make math easy.